Yay, time for the live feed.
All of the trans community.
That's okay. Yeah. Justin, do you want to be my guest star today?
Oh my god.
I was not prepared for this.
I'm never prepared for this.
Alright, well.
I always rely on people to ask me questions, but they never do, so I came
Do you
prepared
want me to
tonight.
read your questions for you?
No, I mean, we can discuss topics.
I don't really have too many questions. Like, I asked my questions the first week.
It could literally be anything.
Or
Anything that
flat
pops into your head, yeah. Like, it could be like, MJ, why do you have a pair of heels right here? Well, that's a good question, Justin. I actually brought topics today because nobody seems to want to ask questions. So
That's what I'm saying. I can read your topics.
Yeah, maybe this will spark some questions from people. It's on sketch paper because it's really all I had.
It's fine.
So it's a huge piece of paper for these 4 little things. But, yeah, they're not really things to ask,
How
but
do
maybe
you-
they will spark questions for you.
How do you or your boyfriend identify?
So yeah, Madison and I were talking earlier.
No, we weren't. We don't
Actually,
talk.
hi. Welcome to the tea with me, Michael, and I have special guest, Mr. Justin Credible Knightley, my drag child. And it's actually me tonight. I don't have a drag face on for once to do this.
Me either.
I will show everybody you on camera
Do
right now.
not show me on camera right now because you will die.
You're half naked, still painting your face. I'm sure that would get quite the audience reaction.
It's true.
It would.
It's true.
It would get the audience
I will
reaction.
kill you.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
So yeah, Madison and I were talking earlier about, like, with my feed, talking to people about etiquette with being trans. And I mean, this really goes for anybody in the LGBTQ community. There's an etiquette. It goes for anybody in any community, actually. There's an etiquette to the way that you talk to people. Like, a lot of the main questions that I get and that Madison gets right off the bat are, so how do you identify?
You mind turning the camera so I may pass? Thank you.
She's half naked. So yeah, one of the main questions, mostly I think for Madison, that he gets when people first find out he's dating a trans man are, so how do you identify? Are you straight? Does that make you straight?
Can you really be that, like, are you really gay?
Mhm.
Like, are you really gay?
Or my favorite one, so you can't be that gay.
I love that one.
That's the best one. You're dating a trans man. Oh, so you can't be that gay.
And the second question is always my favorite. So, has he had the surgery?
Yeah, the surgery.
Or are you that straight?
Yeah. Are you sure you're not straight because you're dating a trans man? No. Okay, so there's an etiquette to that. Clearly, I mean, when you met me, those weren't any questions that you asked me. I was like, I'm Michael. You found out I was trans, and you were like, oh, okay. How are you?
Cool. Like,
That was the first question that he asked me. How are you? That's how you talk to a trans person. Not, have you had surgery? Like, yes, I have had surgery, but not related to what you're thinking about.
right.
I had medical surgery.
Right.
Haha. Oh, that's not really funny.
No, it's not really funny. I had surgery because
Unless you're having a joke.
No, well, kind of. It was a pun. I'm punny.
Haha!
Yeah.
Laughed at that one.
Ho ho.
Oh.
Ha ha ho ho hee hee.
Oh, shut up.
They're coming to take me away. So yeah, I mean, when you meet a trans person, the first questions out of your mouth should not be, how do you identify? Are you sure you're gay? Are you straight? Like, if my boyfriend is a gay man, he's dating a trans man, I identify as a man, there should not be any question to his orientation.
Okay.
I don't get it. Like, what difference does it make?
Yeah. It doesn't really.
No, I mean, like, people come up to you and they don't, either you're with a woman, they don't go, are you sure you're a lesbian?
Right.
They just, oh, okay.
Well, I get, because I'm more masculine than feminine, obviously.
Right.
I identify as butch. So I get a lot, are you a man or a woman? Like,
Or here's
I
one
get
of
the
the best
looks
ones.
without the questions.
Yeah, no, but I'm sure you, if you haven't already, eventually probably will, because you are butch, you identify as butch.
Mhm.
There's going to be someone that comes up to you and goes, so are you going to transition?
Oh, I've already had
You've
questions.
had,
like that.
see what I mean? People just assume. Hi, B! B Tish is awesome. You
Hi,
know?
babe.
Hi, B.
B, this is my drag child, Mr. Justin Credible Knightley. You need to meet him. Maybe we'll bring you to a show sometime when we go out in Utica. You can meet her.
Sounds good.
She is my creepy stalker.
Your creepy stalker?
She self-identifies herself as my creepy stalker chick. You can ask her when you meet her. That's how she identifies herself.
That's funny.
She's MJ's creepy stalker chick. But yeah, I mean, that's the questions I get a lot. And then, of course, the people always ask him, more so him, I don't get these questions. He brings it to my attention. Has he had bottom surgery? No, I don't.
None of your damn business.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, there's...
I will bring him in November, B. You're gonna like him.
Who?
Justin.
Me?
Oh, yeah.
B said bring him to the show in November.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what people are talking about. I can't hear.
We can hear you, just so you know.
Until
I mean, my theory is if you're not going near my genitals, it doesn't matter to you what they are.
Right.
B says hi, Madison.
Hi, baby.
She says hi, baby. I mean, that's just with anybody. If I'm not gonna ask you what's in your pants. Mean Girls was just on TV, so that came to my mind. Oh my God, Karen, you can't just go around asking people what's in their pants.
Right.
They actually sell trans T-shirts with that on it.
Do they really?
Yeah. It's for
Stop it.
No, they do. They do. I want one so bad. Damn it, Karen, you can't just ask people what's in their pants. I don't think it's Karen, but that's what I'm calling it. I don't know.
Karen.
I don't watch Mean Girls regularly.
I...
Okay, please, V. I was gonna move on to the next topic, but please ask questions.
Questions.
Yes, this is my real hair.
Mine too.
Don't rub it in my face.
Sorry.
We're listening to Time Warp.
So since you've never had the bottom surgery, you could still get pregnant.
Yeah, technically.
Correct.
I mean, right, that's actually the next questions, because a lot of the questions that I get when people find out I haven't had the bottom surgery is so you can still get pregnant. And I'm like, technically, yes, I could. The testosterone prevents a lot of that because it stops that process. I don't get a period anymore. I don't menstruate. I'm not ovulating.
Well, because the testosterone is changing your body.
Right. It's basically
So
I
it,
went
like,
through
shuts
menopause.
down the whole
Yeah,
like,
I essentially
period and like all that.
I essentially went through menopause, so it's shut down right now. If I were to stop taking tea, I could get pregnant. I could carry a child. Will I? No. Just my choice. I don't want to give birth to a child, so. The girl that said you're trans, you can't identify as a drag king because a drag king is a female impersonating a male. There's a lot of debates with that. The way that I look at it, this is my personal definition, I still identify as a drag king because even though I'm a trans man, I identify as a man, I still have to undergo the same processes that a female would have to do. I still have to bind. I still have to add features to my face because I don't have a lot of masculine features still. My face is more masculine than the average female's face because it has changed. But I still have to add features and I still have to do a lot of makeup to compensate for the things that I don't have. So I still personally identify as a drag king. The way that I put it was once I have top surgery and I no longer have to bind and undergo the same struggles that a female would, then I will stop considering myself a drag king. Then I will consider myself a male impersonator or a male performer. But until that point, I think trans men who still have to bind can technically identify as a drag king. What's your opinion?
I mean, I agree with what you just said.
If you
For
have
sure.
if you
I mean,
have
if
to
you
bind,
still have, you know,
yeah,
and you have to like, you know, put everything down, like
Yeah.
flatten everything out. I mean, technically you're still a king.
I might be small, but I still have to hide them. If I went out there with no shirt on, people would notice. They would see it. If I didn't bind and I didn't tape to hide my chest, they would still see it. So then it just gives away the illusion.
I have no choice.
You have a bigger chest. Yeah. I mean,
Horrible.
too special in my life. No, I agree, B. And Drew, I don't agree with that because I guess a bio male performer, but I still have genetically the bottom parts of a female. So I mean, it's personal opinion. I can agree with you though. I do agree with your statement, but I don't know. My personal opinion, I still, until I'm fully done, then I wouldn't consider it technically a bio male performer. That's just me. But after top surgery, I will consider myself a male performer. I would even accept male impersonator just because I still don't genetically have all the same parts. But
You can get a gig impersonating Michael Jackson in Vegas.
yeah, no, I've tried. I'm trying.
Seriously?
Yeah, I have a
They
friend.
have a show.
I do. I know. I have a friend from England who's touring over in Wales right now. His name's Rory Jackson. He was on Britain's Got Talent.
Mm.
He's a Michael Jackson impersonator. He already asked me on Facebook because he saw my videos. He already asked me if he comes to the U.S. if I'll go on tour with him as a backup dancer.
Wow. That's pretty awesome.
But yeah, no, I can agree with you, B. That upsets me. But I also get upset like when regular performers, like if they want to do Bio Queen or Bio King, that's great, but I want to see them put in the same effort that we do. I want to see them add makeup to their face. I want to see them put actual facial hair on their face. I want to see them paint like a queen. I want to see the same effort put in. Just because you have genetically the right parts to go out there does not mean you have to put any less effort in if you want to be a bio drag person. That's my opinion. But I'm going to go back to that topic because the next topic was sex. Technically, I'm not going to discuss how I have sex, so stop asking me, first of all.
With a pineapple.
Okay, SpongeBob.
Patrick, no!
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
No, somebody... I'm going to continuously do this to Madison now, and B will appreciate this.
Do not.
No, I'm going to do it. I'm doing it.
Michael!
I'm going to do it. Madison always jokes that she's, like, going to try and shove a fist somewhere. And she'll, like, try and punch me or hit me. So today, somebody posted on Facebook, describe your sex life using a SpongeBob quote. So I put Madison, and here comes the giant fist! So I told her from now on, every time she makes that reference, I'm going to put my hands down and go, Patrick, no! I love it. But that was my...
Oh, you're so in trouble right now.
I don't care. She's gonna make jokes about it already. I don't care. She makes so many jokes on stage about trying to fist me or about anything about
Happy
me.
Halloween.
Yeah. Her thing is constantly trying to ask me, like, if there's anything on the table, like a hairspray can, she'll be like, can I use this? And I'm like, no! No! Get away from me. It could be a whiteboard. It could be the whiteboard. No, you're 6 this year.
I am not. I'm 5.
Madison's 5 this year.
I'm going to be 5 this year.
5?
B says from now on she's gonna have a fist up in the air whenever you perform.
Please do.
She says, please do, B.
Are you guys live?
Yeah. So the next topic was sex. Not how I have it. People constantly ask me, how do you and Madison have sex? To which my response is usually, well, how do you have sex? Same way everybody else has sex. In the privacy of their own home.
Behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors. When we're alone.
Or for money in public.
That's Madison speaking. Madison does not. The person behind Madison does not do that.
If it's a decent offer. Anyways.
I mean, yeah, if somebody paid me enough money, I would consider it. But I have not reached that amount yet. Yes, B, I agree. But I'm not going to tell her that one, but I agree.
Okay, so here's a question.
Okay.
Now you're talking about, like, being intimate with someone and all that. Like, at what point, as a trans person, do you feel comfortable with your body without...
That's a good question.
I mean, like, with, as you're changing.
Right.
Like, how do you get comfortable with that? Especially if you first start dating someone and it's kind of...
Right.
more awkward for you than them because you're not really comfortable in your own skin because your body's continuously changing.
No, that's a good question. Actually, I was gonna touch on that, but I'm glad that you asked it. With pillows and blankets. Yes.
What?
B's answer to how do you have sex was with pillows and blankets.
I have it with a large Domino's pizza, a liter of Coke, and by Coke I mean the soda, you weirdos.
Well, you said a liter, not a
And
gram.
Netflix. That is how I have sex.
Yes!
There's Netflix,
Netflix
no
and chill.
Netflix,
no
Pizza
chill.
Hut, and chill.
Domino's.
No, Netflix, Domino's, soda, and bed. That's it.
Netflix, Domino's, Pepsi, or Coke.
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 Pepsi.
I prefer Sprite, but that's
Yeah.
fine.
Sprite?
I
Is
prefer
that a
beer.
Pepsi product?
Sprite is a Coke product,
Well, that's still Coke, huh?
and
Mount-
so is Dr. Pepper.
Mountain
Yes.
Dew is a Pepsi product.
Mountain Dew is a Pepsi product because they have it at Taco Bell,
Yes.
sponsored by Pepsi.
But I like that question.
But that's your question.
It actually relates
My
to
question.
it actually relates like when Madison and I first started dating, and it got to that point. Like we started out. It started slower because I was awkward about it. I didn't know how to approach him about it because he was a gay man. Only been with cis gay men. I haven't been with a man in a very long time at this point, so it was weird for me, not only with my own body because I didn't know how I was going to approach him about it. I didn't know how he would react to it, so I didn't want to rush it. I also didn't know how I was going to react because I haven't been with a man in a while, and the thought of being with a man was still slightly uncomfortable for me. But we eventually it came to the point where it wasn't something that you could avoid anymore. Got to the point where things were going to happen, and I just asked him, like point blank, because it was getting to that point really fast, and I just point blank was like, "Is this weird for you?" And he said, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "My parts. Is this going to bother you?" Because I don't. If it's going to bother you, I don't want to go any further with it. I don't want to creep you out.
Right.
And he said, "No, it's not. It doesn't weird me out. I'm okay with it, but it's going to take me some getting used to."
Well, because here's the thing, is that he's pretty much going through the same thing you're going through, because if he's ever been with a woman, and if he hasn't, then it's obviously awkward, but if he has at one point or another, it's been a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty
So,
much a gold star.
Yeah, me too, for the record. Just saying.
But no, because he said to it, it's going to take me some getting used to, and it did. There were things that he didn't, because he'd never been with a woman before,
Right.
never been with a trans man, so he didn't know. There were things that there was a learning curve, as he put it. He had to learn how to do things. He had to learn how my body specifically was, because it's not the same as a female's.
Right.
My body is different, and that's actually something else I'm going to cover too. Like, a trans man's body and a female's body are not the same. If they're on hormones, it's not the same thing.
Right.
You know what else isn't the same thing? Coke and Pepsi.
We're not talking
True
about
enough.
you right now.
I'm not talking about me either. I'm talking about Coke and Pepsi. What are you talking about?
You know what else isn't the same?
Your face.
And yours.
My face? It's not right now.
Madison and the person behind Madison are not the same. And it's weird. It's a learning curve. But you're funny. Shut up, Drew.
Hi, Drew.
We're not going to discuss that. We're not going to discuss that. And
Hello, my favorite Canadian.
only-
How are you tonight? Out and about.
She oot and a boot.
Oot and a boot.
Oot and a boot in Canada.
I hope you can make it on the 22nd of September for my birthday show.
Boot in a boot with a scooter. That's so funny. I know that's not laughing at me. It's something about me, isn't it?
Oh no,
No.
it's just what you just said.
She's oot and a boot with a scooter.
I was out and about with a scooter last
Boot
week.
in a boot with a scooter to Hooters. What the fuck?
A scooter.
She's having a real hoot while she's ooting a boot.
Don't try and be mean. It doesn't work. Stop it.
Is she ooting a boot in a pair of boots?
Stop trying. I'm begging you. You are ruining everything.
I'm doing it to
Stop
piss you off, and it's
trying.
clearly working, so.
Stop trying.
My parents love each other. They do.
Mommy doesn't like to just drink. Mommy likes to.
Mommy doesn't drink, she just likes to have fun.
Mommy loves Beck.
Stop me after I've had 16.
After you have 16, you're not going to be alive anymore.
No, that's Linda talking about food. About burgers.
Listen, Linda,
Oh, stop me.
listen.
Stop me when
listen.
I've had 16.
Listen, Linda, listen. Honey, listen. No, you're
Fuck
not
you all with
listening
my
to
Canadianism.
me.
Yes, fuck your Canadianism. But
Fuck you all with my Canadianism. That's funny.
it was definitely back to the topic here. It was definitely awkward at first, but I mean clearly now there's no problems. He doesn't care.
Clearly, how would they know that?
Because you openly joke about it.
On stage, these people don't know me. I
But-
don't know them.
But can I ask you a serious question? Like, how
Mm.
did you feel at first, like, when you guys got to that point when you were ready to be intimate? Was it, like, weird for
Everything's
you?
the same with the lights off, dear.
Well-
I could be with a banana or a tomato.
But that's the point. There was
You're
no
not a
banana. There was no
vegetable.
banana. That's why I'm asking.
Ah, there you go.
It's-
because
It's
what?
more like one of the mini bananas.
That's hysterical. That's disgusting. You're inappropriate.
We're gonna talk about that here in a second. So
No, there wasn't. No, for me it wasn't. But that's my preference. That's the thing. Like, and as much as you might want to get on a gay person or a gay man or even a straight female for not wanting a trans man's deed.
Mm-hmm.
To say, you can't necessarily blame them for that because that might be just their preference. Maybe they don't want what you're selling.
Right.
But that's fine. But there are some people who don't care,
I mean,
that's also fine.
there's-
Unfortunately, it's just not unfortunate, but it's just up to preference.
Yeah,
really.
there's clearly, like, something between the two of you.
Now,
Like,
for me, never mind. I'm not saying it on camera. Goodbye.
say it.
No, I'm not saying it on camera.
Say it.
No, fuck you.
Mom was getting a little in her feelings.
Mommy just likes to eat the whole buffet. She doesn't care what she's got in her mouth.
Clearly.
That's disgusting. I care what I have in my mouth, very much so.
Clearly. Also. She does.
All right, then.
Stop talking about me. I don't like it.
Yeah, you're the one
so
that
go back
talks
to the
about
question.
me. No, it wasn't weird.
Were we
Not
done?
really. Yeah.
About the question?
I think we just got to the point where we were talking about my genitalia at that time.
Well, not really. That's not why I asked that question.
No.
Congratulations.
That leads into the next topic though, because there are, like I said, the trans male body and the female body are much differently. My parts are not so different from a regular male's parts. They're slightly, I mean, with the way they look and the shape, yeah, clearly there's a big difference with that aspect. But what people don't understand, I'm sorry if this is going to be TMI, but it's an informational channel. And people left because they knew where it was going. We have no viewers now. The parts are not so different. What people don't understand about the female body as it transitions into a trans man's body is things are going to change. Things are going to grow. Things are going to shrink. Clearly, my chest has shrunk to the point where I don't really have to bind when I wear a t-shirt. Depending on the shirt, I can go out without one.
But everybody's results are different, though.
Right. There are, like, the symptoms of T. One of the symptoms of T is growth down in that general area. It
Mhm.
will grow because, genetically speaking, a penis and a clitoris are the same thing. They're genetically the same build, just differently positioned, differently placed. That is more up inside the female, and the male part is on the outside. So it's not so different. And when you're dating a trans man, the thing you have to understand is it's going to change. Their body is going to physically change as it's going through the stages. And I mean, not a lot of people get to see that. Madison has had the opportunity to actually see my body changing.
It's like National Geographic.
Yeah.
Which you're making it sound like I watched with binoculars for Christ's sake.
No, but
In the Sahara.
Jesus.
you met me when I was not even a year on T, and watched the processes because I switched to shots, so my process was just a little bit slower.
Because you used to use the gel, right, at
Yep.
first?
Just for me, the gel didn't work as quickly with changes. Once I switched to the shots, things started to change drastically. So he got to kind of watch what I was going through and what I was experiencing. And he a lot of the times points out a lot of changes for me. Like, I don't necessarily notice it. Like, when my shoulders broadened, I didn't notice it, but he did.
Right.
And I didn't believe him, so he actually took a picture of my back and showed me the changes so I could see them. But that's what people don't understand, is that that's going to grow. So a lot of the issues that people have, and again, it's all preference. I'm not calling anybody out for not liking it. It's all preference. What they don't understand is it's not the same. Like the way that they put it, at least in my experience with women, when they found out I was a trans man, they're like, I don't want that part. And I'm like, well, it's not the same. You don't. It essentially is a penis,
It's not like a weasel coming out of a hole, for God's sake.
right? It's not like something's gonna bite you. I mean, come on.
Well,
Have you
I-
seen
I-
that
have
movie?
you seen
I
Teeth?
bite.
Have you
I
seen
bite.
that movie, Teeth?
No. I have not. I don't want to, though. Drew, you did not puke a little. You are very frequent to trans men, so you know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Don't be calling out nobody for their preferences without their consent here.
She's very open. She announces it on Facebook.
Well, that's fine. Let her announce it.
She said it while we were on live.
All right.
Just saying.
All right.
Let's see. So we discussed that a little bit. The kids, can you have them? Yes, I can. Right now, no. I'd have to come off of my tea to
She
do
said,
that. Shoot yourself.
What is happening?
I could. Will I? Probably not.
Drew shushed him.
Good.
He said, Drew said, shut your whore mouth, I'm a lesbian now. So she said that she's a lesbian.
Good for her.
I don't know that I believe it, but okay. I don't want that necessarily. There are trans men who may want to do that. They may want to carry their own children. They may want to birth their own children still. That's all up to preference of the trans person. Personally, I don't want to do that. It doesn't appeal to me. I don't want to give birth to children. I don't want to carry children. I will gladly donate my eggs, but
Do you want to have children?
I do want to have children. I don't want to carry them myself, but I do want to have children.
Right.
The only issue right now is I'm coming up on my 2-year anniversary on T. I think with the mishaps I've had, I can set it back, so probably about 6 months. So maybe I bought myself a little bit more time. Oh, well, thank you, Sexton. I appreciate that. He said he didn't know I was trans until they met me.
See?
Neither did I.
Yeah, no, Madison didn't know I was trans either. She just thought I was 14.
Surprise!
So, I mean,
12.
I would love to. My only process with that is once you hit a certain level of being on T, it starts to mess with the system, so to speak. Like, it will affect
Fight the power.
it will affect the potency of my eggs. So whether or not I will be able to carry a child to term, whether or not they're healthy enough to actually be fertilized, it does start to affect it. So right now, the crisis I'm facing is I'm in a time crunch, where if I would like to have kids, I need to kind of start to plan now as far as getting eggs stored.
Because does the tea like change? It
Yes.
gets rid of the eggs, right?
No, not fully, but it will start to affect their health. So if I stop tea, I would still be able to
Reproduce.
I would still be able to have my period. I would
Like
menstruate.
To reproduce eggs and stuff like
I would
that.
produce eggs,
Mhm.
but they might be sterile,
Mm.
for all I know. After a while, the tea starts to kill them off, and they don't work as well.
Gotcha.
So right now, I'm kind of in a time crunch where I have to try and figure out how I'm going to go about getting eggs stored. If I would like to have children, because it's an expensive process.
Well,
It's
your
a-
own biological children. Anyway.
Yes. I would like to adopt, though, too.
Well, yeah,
I
for
would
sure.
like to have at least one biological child, but I would love to adopt.
There's lots of kids out there
Yeah.
just waiting.
I had a friend of mine who, her father actually was a foster child. He was in a foster home, and he was abused at the foster home because they don't treat kids right
Yeah.
now. And it's not a good place, and I would just love to adopt one, maybe 2 kids and just get them out of that situation. You know, that's just me. I would love to
Right.
adopt, but I want at least one biological child. So right now, that's my issue. Is it's an expensive process. It's a painful process. It's a very costly process. I think it was. What was the research that you did? It was like 6 months recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 6-month recovery period. I think you have to take at least 3 months out of work.
Wow.
The process is painful. because they have to go in with needles and through your stomach to get it. It's a very detailed process.
Where are my lashes?
In your makeup kit.
I can't find them.
Where did you have them last?
I don't know. Do you have your lashes with you?
They're in my backpack back at your house. I can go get them.
Well, finish your thing first. We'll figure it out. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I would definitely do it, but it's now it's at the point where I have to figure it out because I think it was $5,000 for the process, and then it's I think $500 a month to store the eggs.
Oh wow.
So
$5,000 a month?
no, $500 a month.
Oh, $500 a month.
I think I have to look at my research again, but the last time I looked, which was a while ago, it was like $500 a month. I don't know if insurance covers that, so
Wow, probably not.
no.
I'm guessing not.
So it's definitely a time crunch, and it's getting to the point where it's affecting me a little bit because I'm like, if I don't get this in time, I don't know that I'll be able to have them afterwards. So, but it's something I have to think about for a while, and because clearly I'm not ready to have kids yet. I would like to be married before that becomes an issue, but you know, it's something to think about. But that's definitely a lot of the question I get too, and like my mother was pressuring me for a while to have kids. She hasn't mentioned it since this whole coming out thing, thankfully, but I have a feeling the first time I meet Madison's mother, that because they know I worry that she may ask me about it, to which it's going to have an awkward conversation followed. But so is the life that I lead, the life that I chose. It's not a choice, but whatever.
It's who you are, dude.
Yeah, no, but you know. Oh, surprise!
I'm surprised now.
Somebody just commented, I didn't know you were trans. Oh. Surprise.
Yeah.
Tyreek Davis. Yeah, it's a big shocker. Welcome to the tea with me, Michael. I'm a trans man. It's not much more I can say. But, this was one that you brought up, actually, was, how does your current relationship affect your masculinity? I mean, you didn't know me before Madison, so there are a few people who have attested to this, and they joke with me a lot about it, because they're like, dude, you just slowly but surely became gay. I was like, well, thanks. Thanks for pointing that out. But that is, it's a myth, but a lot of people have experienced it. A lot of trans men, when they start to question their identity, and again, this isn't proven. It's just it's a theory. It's a myth, but it has been with a lot of trans men something that they've noticed, that once you start to question your identity. Like if you liked women before, maybe you like men now. The theory behind it is because when you go through puberty, you start to realize who you are as your identity. You start to figure out your sexuality at puberty. Essentially, you're going through puberty again, so your sexuality is bound to change. Now, is that proven? No. Is it going to happen? No. Is it a possibility? Absolutely. I mean, look at me. When I first started T, was strongly I only wanted to date women, partially because I felt like I would be a little emasculated going back to men. It was a very weird fear, but a fear nonetheless. I met Madison, and before I met her, I've had several people tell me, they're like, you were butch as could be, you were very, like, I'm a man, this is what I do, like, and I didn't act feminine, I didn't act anything like it. Slowly but surely, as they put it, I became more gay, and now I just don't care. I don't think it's that I became more gay, it's just that I don't give a fuck anymore. It's I don't care. I'm not going to put up this front of I'm a big man, I'm going to do this and act masculine. Fuck it. If I want to act feminine, I'm going to fucking do it. Okay? I don't give a shit what people think, and I think that's just it. I started to just not care and got comfortable in my skin, and that's who I am. That's it. So, whatever.
Cover the camera again.
You can talk, it's not deaf.
I know, but
Oh, you found your lashes.
I did. They were in my backpack covered again.
cover it again. So I mean, yeah, it wasn't a fact that I became gay. I just became more
Very
comfortable with myself. So, but it is a theory that goes along with the T, and there are a lot of trans men that have said it. Yes, they started T, and they started to question their sexuality. There are a lot of gay trans. I've noticed that there's actually a lot of gay trans men. Like any trans community group that I've gone to, they're like a majority of them are gay, and it's interesting to me. It's very interesting. Nothing wrong with it. The only thing that I don't like are when people are like, so you're a trans man, but you're gay, so you're technically not a man. You're still, and it's like, no, it doesn't make me straight.
No, you're still a man.
Doesn't make me any less of a man. Doesn't make me straight. I'm gay. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing I don't like. Is
Right.
Like with him, they'll ask him, so you're dating a trans man, so that make you straight because he hasn't had surgery.
No.
Nope. But yeah, so that's pretty much my topics for the night.
This is not my leotard.
No, your
It's
leotard
fabric.
is in the bag.
What is this for?
I didn't know if you needed the hood.
Oh, that's right. I usually really hood this time.
I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna die.
She was gonna say something nice, and you kind of.
Hi, baby. How are you?
Well, she does that to me constantly. You were saying.
I did get your email, by the way.
Okay.
I
Fabulous.
just have been.
You're fine. You got stuff to do. What the fuck's wrong with you? Bro? What?
Nothing.
What?
What were you saying?
What?
Look in your bag. Your leotard is in there.
Okay, I will look.
I will show you on camera.
I hate you.
No, she doesn't.
You're not my real dad. Here's the leotard.
Right, I'm your drag stepbrother
That's
and husband.
stop. Why do I have so many hangers?
I don't know.
Make a mess.
Don't make a mess. Do you want another scathing message?
No, I do not want a scathing message again. I'm gonna kill.
All right, so I think that pretty much wraps up today. Unless, did you have any more questions?
No, pretty good.
Say goodbye, everyone.
That pretty much does it
Bye,
for tonight.
everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for tuning in on this week's episode with the Tea with me, Michael, and my special guest, Mr. Just Incredible Knightley, who's out of drag. So
Yeah, I came to learn a routine. So
we were dancing together before this. We were doing a little Michael Jackson. He grabbed his crotch. It was beautiful.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
That sounded weird.
It's a slow process.
That sounded very weird.
Grab this crotch.
He grabbed his crotch and it was beautiful. Oh, I can't do that anymore. I have, since starting the shots, I'm going through puberty again, so my voice is cracking again.
Okay, Peter Brady.
It's time to change.
You get to rearrange.
Okay,
That was
bye.
What?